Morning everybody, Jeff from Rust Bucket Valley Garage. Saturday morning, going to give you a little update on the Jeep build 2013. We have our running boards, which are not rock sliders. The running boards on both sides have been removed, and all they are is like a piece of plastic with a couple of brackets on it. You can see here what I'm talking about. This is a cast plastic piece. There is no reinforcement inside there, so that is not going to take and protect the body from any kind of damage. You go over a rock with that, it's going to take and bend the body. So we got them off of there. They're going in the trash. We're going to get some decent rock sliders, put them on there, and it'll really take and stiffen up the body and the frame on it. And that is what I want to talk about right now, stiffening up the frame. So as I've told you in previous videos, the point of impact is right here, where it took and messed up the front bumper, and it took this frame horn and pushed it back quite a bit. So the frame kind of goes straight for a little bit, and then it curves out and then goes straight back underneath the doors. We've taken a real good look at it. We've done a lot of measurements on it and all that. And it turns out that if you take and look at the wheel right here, okay, we've got a new rim and tires been replaced. So we have a rolling chassis. We have a new steering box, which has been installed right here. So we have the radiator in, it's full of fluid. The only thing we're waiting for right now is the battery box. We'll go ahead and put that back in, and then we can take and put that back in the back shop, where we can really take and get into this thing. But if you look at the frame right here, okay, you'll see it comes like this, and then it turns, and then it goes straight back. Okay, after doing a lot of measurements on it and everything, it turns out this frame rail right here is crushed. Okay, unfortunately, this is a box beam construction. Straightening these out and pulling on these things is extremely difficult. It's very difficult to take and get them straight. There's also a crack in the bottom seam of the frame rail. So what we've elected to do is just go ahead and change the frame on the entire vehicle. So we're going to put this thing in the back, and then in the meantime we're going to take and order a new frame for it. The wrecking yards around here, the closest one that has anything that we can use for the JKU series of vehicles is up in Sun Valley. They really value their parts quite a lot. They want $4,400 for a frame. We don't really feel that's a fair price. We can get a new one from the dealer for considerably less than that. So on Monday we're going to go to the dealer and we're going to take and order a brand new frame for this, and it's going to take about 3 weeks to come in. But in the meantime, we can take and straighten out the frame for the body just a little bit. That you'll notice right here, this door gap is off. So all the damage since this got hit right here, it forced all of this back, and the two bars here, one on top of another, took and acted as a ram to take and push all this back. So the A-pillar got pushed back a little bit. It's not back very much. Okay, that we can go ahead and pull and fix. Generally the bodies, they move pretty readily, so we don't have to move it very much. We have to move it about 1/4 of an inch, and you wouldn't think 1/4 of an inch makes that much difference. But if you look at the doors, this is a proper door gap. This is not a proper door gap. So the difference between these two right here is 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so yes, it does make a difference. So we're going to continue on with this. We're held for parts right now. We're going to clean up a couple of things. It is drivable right now. We can go ahead and move it around to the back. We'll do a little bit of cleaning up of the battery terminals to get them ready to go, because these are really, really crusty. The battery's really crusty. Good charge on the battery, so we can go ahead and use that. But as soon as we get the battery tray, we can put it in here, put the battery in there, and we'll leave all that loose because we're going to be pulling the frame here. Unfortunately, right here, the battery box attaches to the frame, and it also attaches to the frame on these studs that are coming out here. So we don't want to take and spend money for a new battery box and then pull the frame and break it. So we're going to leave all that loose. Just put a couple of screws in there just to hold it in position. But anyway, we're going to take and start the thing up and run a little bit. Pretty sure the engine's in good shape. So as we take and do more things, let you know what's going on. It's going to be really, really interesting for you to watch how we take and change the entire frame on this vehicle. If you watched one of my previous videos, there was a white Jeep Wrangler that we got from Georgia, which it originally started out in Texas, then it went to Illinois, and it spent a long time over there. Then it went to Georgia, and the rear leaf springs were loose because the frame had corroded away. So we got another frame for that from Ridgecrest, and we went ahead and just changed the entire frame on the vehicle. So yeah, it's a really, really good vehicle right now. Runs fine, drives straight. It doesn't rattle like it did when we brought it home because the rear frame was gone and the springs were kind of flopping around in there. But as we start taking things apart, we'll put that on video so you can see exactly what we have to go through when you take and get into a project. It's kind of a in for a penny, in for a pound type deal. We're actually going to keep this vehicle, so we want everything in really good shape. We've also put front and rear shocks on it. So we noticed that in the yard when they were moving around the forklift, they'd taken damage to shocks when they picked it up with the forklift. You can see right here, this is one of the shocks that we changed off the rear. The other side looks exactly the same. This piston that goes up and down inside of here, since the outside tube is damaged, the shock was not going to work at all. So anyway, hopefully giving you some real good information, and hope you subscribe, hit the notification button. When we do something new, you will know exactly what's going on. A lot of real good information coming. We hope you come along. Right, talk to you later. Thanks for coming by.